Is there a huge shift coming for the price of Luna Classic? Are we going to see 800 million USTC wiped off the face of the earth? We'll find out. All in this video. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is 2Bit Crypto. Time once again to talk about Terra Luna Classic, and the 800 million USTC has come back to the forefront, as well as taking a look at the burn narrative that we do have. So Luna Classic holding about 11.26, down about 4.5%. The rest of the market feeling pretty bearish, to be honest. Bitcoin dropped below that 50k mark that we felt we were there and starting to potentially move on. I do think, however, it is short term, and I would expect a significant push back above 50k very soon, as I would expect Luna Classic to start to rally over the 12s and maybe entering the 13th. And why? Well, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it in this video. So ultimately, what have we got? Well, the narrative on burns for Luna Classic is a controversial one. A lot of people believe it is the right thing. A lot of people are kind of frustrated with it, etc., etc. We'll be nearing 100 billion Luna Classic burns since the narrative, or I guess the agenda, began. And we do know there is a significant number of people that do support this network. You see there, Binance obviously being our #1 burner with over 52% of the entire burn metrics coming from them. But within that, there are still some very good projects that to this day are supporting a burn narrative, whether that be Cremation Coin, whether that be DF Lunk as a validator, all nodes, many others are still burning Luna Classic. Actually, there's an interesting statistic that talks about Terra Casino, that if they saw anything like the volume the Super Bowl came, we would see Terra Luna Classic supply diminish pretty much overnight. Interesting and food for thought. But the burn narrative continues. We have to remove the supply of Luna Classic at the same time removing USTC supply, and that's where this narrative comes in. Ultimately, Fragwabig ultimately talking about this 800 million USTC burn that was in a protocol that's not really accessible to us. Now, apparently they lost the wallet keys, etc. Ultimately, the community voted to burn it, and the initial rehearsing or the testnet activity is being undertaken. So Terra Luna Classic starts testing 800 million USTC burn. Now, is it going to make the biggest dramatic move in the world? No, but this shows consensus, and more importantly shows that ultimately we are in a world where we will continue to push out and burn what we need to do. And actually, how much more is out there in terms of what's going on? If you were to take a look, for example, at the supply, both on Luna Classic and on USTC, obviously we'd have a significant dent in the USTC number. It would actually take us down into the 8s, which would be very, very good indeed, about 8 billion. Also, Luna Classic obviously is at 6.8 trillion minus what is being staked, which I always think is worthwhile, and continues again to grow. So we do know that Luna Classic, people are returning, people are coming more bullish. I always talk about this in terms of validators. Terra Casino, you can see there with people unstaking. Remember, they burn Luna Classic, and this is the important part. If we truly want to see a price movement, then ultimately the burns, along with a number of other factors, are going to be really, really important. Now, what is interesting as we talk about burns and we talk about the narrative, there's been some very interesting proposals, namely Matt Perry giving his hidden voting results, which I actually think is a pretty good one. A lot of people totally disagree with that. Two more would be the CerTic only as a recognized KYC provider, but ultimately, another interesting one would be the Global Lunk Burn Program update and official rule set, supporting a narrative around centralized exchanges alongside Binance burning Luna Classic. Ultimately, we cannot deny we need to burn supply. At the same time, though, there are still projects building, new projects coming to the Luna Classic chain, and more importantly, with the 800 million USTC potential burn, it could reignite a desire. It's been a while since we've had a community-funded or community-driven activity where we were burning Luna Classic, and that initial excitement and hype, we know that if we can get a real momentum with Luna Classic, we generally see some pretty aggressive price movements. This one aligning to get some of those centralized exchanges to a 0.1% burn in line with the rest of what they do over there. It says once we have adequate number of centralized exchange on board with the 0.1% tax, we would be able to push the tax up to 0.2 and possibly 0.5 at a later stage. All speculation, but I think the sentiment is absolutely right. What we want to see, in my opinion, would be someone like Qcoin coming on board. They already run a validator on Terra Luna Classic. Debatable whether they run it it would be good to see them again initializing a burn, supporting the movement. If Binance, and I talk about this nearly every single time on my live streams and on my videos, if Binance are still prepared to burn billions of Luna Classic every single month, it tells you something. They are not doing that for free and not doing that for no reason. I still think there is something with that protocol that is important. But what's going on with the price right now? Well, we're sitting around that 11.2 range in this channel. Again, what is interesting though, and point to reference, we see a tightening of the Bollinger Bands. Now, I'm not saying we're going to see a breakout, but it generally does follow suit. Likewise, if we can see this MACD cross, if this can push to the upside, then we might be in for a decent move. RSI trending just slightly oversold, so expect a slight movement back to the upside. And if you take the macro side of things, it is an upward trend and holding above that 200 exponential moving average, which is a critical point of reference. So actually, not a lot of people are talking about Luna Classic. Not a lot of people really want to share with you what's going on. But rest assured, there is plenty going on over there. Projects being built. This 800 million USTC burn could be very, very interesting and equally start a new narrative, while at the same time, the price holding strong in that 11 range. Very, very interesting. Drop in the comments what you think, though, of what's going on with Luna Classic. What do you think? Should we burn the 800 million USTC? Are you even still in Luna Classic? I'm interested to know. And if you are, smash that like button. It really does help out the channel a lot. And thank you so much for watching the video. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.